to defecate while she's given birth, there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't make her accursed. It doesn't make the child accursed because he was born when the mother was in labor. She was defecating. So to actually make something out of this and to present this as an argument shows the ignorance of the person who uses that argument. Total ignorance, because there's no substance in it from the human point of view, from the social point of view, or even from the religious point of view. What you should answer to is why you believe Jesus became accursed. You believe, Christians believe, Jesus became accursed of God. And Paul in Galatians chapter 3, verse 13 actually accepts that Jesus became accursed of God. And that this was a Jewish argument that no Messiah that they know could die such an accursed death. So it is for you to answer. It is a serious charge because the scripture supports their, or appears to support their accusation that your Messiah, who actually I also accept to be a Messiah, was accursed of God. And in fact, this is what the Qur'an, before I finish, this is what the Qur'an refutes by saying that بَرَّفَعَهُ اللَّهُ إِلَيْهِ, that Allah raised him to himself, meaning that he did not go downwards. He wasn't accursed, because accursed means separate from God, to go away from God, to go down, close to the devil. This is what accursed means, deprived of divine mercy. The Quran says no, instead Allah elevated him closer to himself. So this refutes your notion and brings to, challenges you on your beliefs from your scripture. Mike free.
All right, please inhibit it. Put your hand down. Nobody put his hand up. Curious. I want to say thank you very much for admitting that your false Messiah, Ahmad Mirza Ghulam, he died because of diarrhea. And you gave a presentation of 15 minutes to defend diarrhea issue. Correct, guys? He said women have diarrhea. He said, do you have a proof that the Messiah did not have diarrhea? Prove it. Prove it. If you have any proof, what we have is that your Messiah, the one you claim, he died because of, I'm not using a bad language, by the way, I'm speaking science here, because of shit. And the issue here, when you say that he is the Messiah and he died because of shit, that means he is a shitty Messiah. He is a false one. Because the Messiah, the true Messiah, is someone, if a woman, she touched his clothes, she healed. He healed others. It's obvious. It's not about a human being having a diarrhea. This is not our topic. Our topic is how someone claimed to be the Messiah, but yet he died because of diarrhea. That's all. The Messiah, he said to the dead man, raise from the grave, and he rose. The Messiah, he make the blind man see. The Messiah, according to the Quran, he created from the mud a bird and he fly. So this Messiah who can do all those things. Don't change the topic. We will go to the curse thing just to show you how stupid you are. So the Messiah who did all those things, he cannot be the same Messiah you Muslim false people Ahmadiyya follow. The Messiah we are talking about, he is resurrected from the grave, which means he is having a power over death. Not only he raised others from death, he rose himself from death. But the Messiah you are talking about is someone, he gets sick, he got illness, he could not heal himself. And actually Christians, they came to him. They said to him, if you are the Messiah, here we go. We have many sick people in front of us. Show us what you can do. Show us. You know, you are the Messiah, right? Do what the Messiah do. Don't show us anything. Do what the Messiah do. And he could not do anything, which is a confirmation that he is a false Messiah. Now you speak about the cursed one who crucified in the tree. That's very false of you, as usual, the Ahmadiyya. The verse there speak about the cursed one for the all criminals. The crucifixion was designated by the Roman for those who they are criminals. So if you are a thief, If you are a rapist, if you are a killer, they crucify you. Jesus, he have no guilt. I challenge you to show me what the guilt of Jesus in the whole Old or New Testament. He have no guilt. But yet he was crucified. So it's cursed the one who is going to be crucified, for he did guilt, for he is a person who did a crime. All right? But not someone he have no guilt. Yeah, we will read that. At the first, here we don't have time for a stupid talk. You see, the Muslims, they will take to you a verse and they will try to fool you with it. They say, look what this verse says, look what that verse says. The same as the one you said, the one who is cursed in a tree, the one who is crucified in the tree is a person who is cursed, is the same, exactly the same meaning of all the verses you will mention later. What is curse for others is a mercy for others, which means if the Jews, they thought by crucifying Jesus, Jesus will be the cursed one. But the fact his crucifixion became mercy for all mankind. Everybody knows that the criminals only, they will be crucified, they will be judged, and they will be committed into punishment. But in the case of Jesus, there's no crime. He healed others. He was honest. He never commit a lie. He never commit a crime. He never steal. He never killed. He never anything. And then if you go, just to show you how the Ahmadiyya, they lie when they most post for you a verse from the Bible. Can somebody post for me the same from the same book he posted, but starting from verse number 10? Can somebody help? Just to show you not to trust a Muslim when he posts a verse from the Bible. What the chapter they are saying, that those who they are the true obedience are the one is cursed by the hypocrites. And those who they are don't follow by but the fact they are saying the one who don't follow is the one who's cursed. The word is the word of hypocrisy. So those who don't follow the law is the one should be cursed. So there is people who they are hypocrite, who speak about the law, but they don't follow the law. Those are the cursed one. And then he explained, and as long all of them they are sinners, so there is no way, if you read verse number 11, there is no way you are going to be cleansed from your sin in front of God by following the law, because always you speak about the law but you don't follow it perfectly. The only way for you, as long you are not perfect, to be pleased in front of God is to be a believer. That's all. He doesn't say that the one, he's saying clearly that following the law by itself is nothing but a deception to make you believe that you are saved. The Messiah, he freed us from the curse of the law. It doesn't say that he is the one is cursed, for he is a bad person. It says he put himself under the law, and that made him under the curse of those people who they are practicing the law, for they are ignorant. And then he continues saying, to make it simple, The verses speaking there have nothing to do with the Messiah is being cursed, because the whole Bible is speaking about the Messiah, the Son of God, the perfect person, the one we follow. And then Abdul, he will come to you and he will say, you know what? Jesus is cursed. Look what the verse is saying. The verse is saying the opposite. The verse is saying totally the opposite. And then you go in verse number 13, it says, and 14, that it's cursed the one who is crucified in a wood. Why? For he's a criminal. Which means he accepted himself to be in a cross, as if somebody is cursed, and the return is to free you from any curse you can imagine. Even what is cursed became a blessing by Jesus. This is what the verse is saying. And the verse is saying clearly that those who they think by following the law they are saved, those are the hypocrite. And we were talking about the hypocrite, right? Because this is what the Muslims do. They pray 5 times a day, right? They pay the money to Muhammad. They do Hajj. They say the Shahada, and they think they are saved. What the verses they're saying, this is the act of hypocrisy, because the belief is the most important. And the Quran confirmed that Muslims are not believers. Muslims are surrendering to Allah. That's all. That's why the Quran says, don't say we believe, say we surrender. The Bible does not accept such a hypocrisy. So following the law, practicing the law will not save you. Unless you are a believer in the law and you are believing in the God of the law. That will make you a perfect believer. So this is a chapter of philosophy, you know, let us say spiritual and metaphorical teaching have nothing to do with Jesus being crucified as a curse. That is not a curse. That is the curse of man. That is not the curse of God. When we speak about a curse, we are talking about the curse of who? Who is cursing who? The Jews, they were saying, crucify him, crucify him. They are the ones cursing Jesus. Crucify him, his blood in our hands. That is the curse of man, and that doesn't count. For he was a person who commit no sin, and he is not a sinner. All right? No, I agree with Paul 100%. And Paul, he is not saying any of what you say. You are a liar. And we can go right now, and there's millions of commentary for this. You will see that there's nobody believe that Jesus is cursed. How he can be cursed if he is God? You see how stupid you are? How we believe he's divine? Who's going to curse him? This is how stupid you are. Who can curse Jesus? Do you know what curse means? This should to show you how stupid you are. If the Christians believe, if Paul, he is one of the most strong believers that Jesus is divine and he is his Lord. How you could say that, you know, he is saying that Jesus is cursed? That's very stupid of you. But the one is cursed by his health for a reason. I believe it's your false Messiah. And why? Not because being sick is a curse of God, no, but because he claimed to be the Messiah. So I believe strongly the true God, he decided to expose him. My Messiah, the true Messiah, he decided to expose him in something very clear for everybody to see that this man is a scam. So when Ahmad Mirza Ghulam, he claimed that he is the Messiah, and the Messiah is very well known that he is a person who can do things nobody can do. So that the Lord, he made him feel his sickness, which can expose him badly, and he make him have a diarrhea. So your Ahmad Mirza Ghulam, the one you are in love with, he died because of something very, very disgusting. For he claimed to be the Messiah, the healer. You see, when you speak about the Messiah, you are talking about healing. We are not just talking about someone like Muhammad, who have no miracles. The first question will come to the mind of any person is listening. If I am claiming to be the Messiah, is how I can prove that I am the Messiah. And how I can prove it is to do what the Messiah did. And obviously, your Ahmad Mirza Ghulam, he failed badly, and he could not perform any of the miracles of the Messiah. So what the Muslims, Ahmadiyya, they try to do, they try to go around and speak about the Messiah being crucified. Now, the verse itself, by the way, the verse itself condemned the Ahmadiyya, because the Ahmadiyya do not believe that Jesus was crucified and died. Because the whole chapter they are speaking about Jesus who was crucified and he was killed in the cross. But those hypocrites, they take only what they think it's good for them, for they are liars like their false Messiah. Either you take the whole book or you don't take anything. Either you take the whole meaning or you don't take anything. But those false Ahmadiyya, they want to take only what they think they can play around. However, the important for us, what the Bible teach, that there's nobody saved by his work only, which means following the law, practicing the law, that will not be really saving you unless you have faith. And this is why actually, if you go to the chapter, the one you mentioned, the Galatians number 3, you will see it says following the law and faith. So the whole title here is about, or let us say the debate is, which one will save you? Following the law or following the faith? The answer is both. You follow and you believe, because if you don't follow the law too, simply you don't believe, you don't belong to this God. You don't want to follow him. You don't believe in what he says to you. So practicing the law alone will not be enough, and practicing the belief alone will not be enough unless your belief is a true belief, and that will make you a person who is obedience to God. Because there doesn't make sense that you are a believer, but still you want to disobey God and you want to fight God and you want to commit crimes. This is how those Muslims, they try to fool you, and they try to make things have nothing to do with what it says in the Bible. Don't ever let a Muslim explain to you your book. Our book is so clear, and the whole book is saying it clearly that Jesus was crucified for no sin and for no crime. And the whole book saying clearly that those who they are crucified, they should be the criminals. No, you are the stupid. I agree with Paul 100%. All right? And this is what Paul is saying. Look what Paul is saying in verse number 12, just to show you how stupid you are. He said that those people, they think by following the law, look like this website have a problem. Hold on. Those who practice the law alone, they think they are the men of God. Yeah, just wait. Potato. You just wanna, this is the reason you mention this verse, because you try to go away from the topic, which is what kind of false Messiah you follow who die because of diarrhea. This is the whole idea. Then the law is not of faith. The law is not of faith. There's many hypocrite people, they practice the law just to save themselves from the punishment. That's it. There's many Muslims, they go to the mosque not because they are believers, but because they fear death penalty if they don't go. There's many Muslims, they have to say the Shahada in front of others, because if they don't do it, they will get killed. That's it. The tree is a curse for every criminal, but not for Jesus. For Jesus is not a curse. Actually, it's a free from any curse. This is what the verse is saying. But a hypocrite like you, he tried to make it the way he wants. And we know what that verse is saying too. The one who is crucified in the tree is a criminal. That is the one is cursed. And we answered you about that. Now let us go back to your religion. You know, curious. Just try to be honest once in your lifetime. Have you ever seen any Christian